BF, 32M, hid that he texted his ex, 30F, from me, 29F. Where do we go from here? Hi Reddit. This is my first time doing this, so let's hope that I do this justice. My BF, 32M, and I, 29F, have been dating for the past 9 months. We met on an app and hit it off pretty quickly and started dating shortly after. We are at a point where love each other and are in it for the long haul, so we've pretty much committed to each other. Things have been moving quickly, but I'm past the stage of just dating and looking for my life partner. While we were still getting to know each other, we discussed past history, and he was reticent at first, but I was able to get him to share most of his history with me. I've offered information on my past relationships to him just because I think he has a right to know these things, but he very rarely, if ever, asks about my past. He has said that he doesn't really need to know about it. Back in May, 7 months in, we took a camping trip for his birthday, and on our drive to the campground, he received a text from his ex, 30F. His phone was being used as a GPS and announced it at the beginning of the drive, so I could plainly hear her name. I turned to him in surprise because he had never mentioned that he still talked to her. They had broken up about a month before we started dating and had dated for just over a year. He acted like nothing happened, and I asked him if we were going to talk about it. And his response was to shut down and say, "No, we are not," and then start driving. I was in shock and hurt the entire drive because his reaction made me feel like he was hiding something, and I was visibly upset. He asked if I was okay, and I told him we'd talk after we reached the destination. We had a big argument about it, and I told him that I don't mind him talking to an ex, except that A, he did not tell me he was still talking to her, which is fair but a surprise to me, and B, he tried to invalidate my concerns about it when I tried to ask him about it. I felt very disrespected and like my trust in him was broken because of his initial reaction to the whole situation. He explained that they just talk sometimes and send memes, which didn't make sense because he said they broke up because they didn't have anything to talk about. He said he didn't tell me about still talking to her because he didn't think it was important or relevant. He apologized and reassured me that he messed up when he tried to minimize the whole thing and should have been upfront about it to begin with. He said their conversations didn't really do anything for him and that they just exchanged cat pics and memes. I told him that I was uncomfortable with them talking since they had started talking so soon after the breakup. I would not outright ask him not to talk to someone, but hoped that he would respect my feelings enough to not do something that makes me uncomfortable. He agreed and said he would tell her that they shouldn't talk anymore. It's been on my mind for a while, but I've been hesitant about bringing it up because I don't want to get hung up on it, and also wanted to prove that I trust him. Plus, our relationship is fulfilling for both of us, and I'm not worried about him cheating on me. Yesterday we got into a fight and I asked him if he was still talking to her, and he said yes. I was hurt and angry and told him that I trusted him last time and that he broke my trust by not ceasing communication when he said he would. He said again that he would stop talking to her, and I said that him saying this was no longer good enough and that he needed to do it in front of me. He was clearly upset about it, but he did it and showed me the text. I'm upset because I feel like a jerk for asking him to do that, and he's upset because he feels my behavior is controlling. I feel like I should apologize, but also that I have the right to be upset with him. He did fix the situation eventually, but I feel like I forced that on him and am afraid that he will resent me because of it. How can we move past this? I just don't know what to do or feel, so any advice would be appreciated. Thank you. Now to the next story, Story 2. Fiancé is suddenly distant and unhappy. Me, 28F, and my fiancé, 28M, have been together for 2 years, 1 year with a long-distance relationship and not 1 year living together in our small apartment. He loved the country we live in, but lately he blames me for not having fun and that I should come up with fun things to do. The issue is, we have been struggling to make money since I was finishing my degree and having a full-time internship, which was stressful and tiring for me since I really wanted a job there, which I just heard this week I am going to work there soon. But that aside, so I have been telling him I am feeling not myself, and if he could understand until I'm done, which is now, I have less energy to do things. He works night shifts until the morning, which is also tiring and boring for him, but next month he will have a fun new job during daytime, which he is excited about. We game a lot and watch series, and I understand that is not quality time. We would like to do fun things, but every time he says we don't have money, so no. Half a month ago, the sudden shift started. He told me that he is far from where he wanted to be in his life, and it is difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and doesn't know how much longer he can keep dragging himself week to week waiting for life to begin again. Mind you, we talked about our wedding for next year. We want to start having children and are going to buy land in his country in October, where we will have a vacation together for a month as well. He also told me face to face that he doesn't like my messiness, but I'm doing it basically almost all myself. I make him food, drinks, laundry, getting groceries, etc. He takes sometimes the trash out and empty the dishwasher though. This has been hard since of my busy life ATM with degree/internship, but actually improved so much that it's tolerable. Moreover, he suddenly feels that he can't have deep conversations with me. However, we had that a lot in the beginning and now wants to see during our trip if it is going to be better, or we will have a talk, as he is saying. This is immensely stressing me out and giving me anxiety attacks, and if I want to talk about how I feel, he thinks I shouldn't be childish and just move on, or it will never improve. I feel we need to talk about this, but he basically just says continue as if nothing happened. Also, I asked what he wanted to do more, and he thinks I should come up with that myself. I have tried this week to be fun, to the point I'm exaggerating unintentionally, and he tells me to not be fake and is also very neutral and distant, which makes me then cry again since I just need reassurance it is going to be okay, which makes him more annoyed. I told him we should have a small break, not relationship break, so that we both get some space, and he didn't like the sound of it, he said, so I reassured him it's just to let us both cool down. So now I'm one day at my family already. How this will get better, and all I want is just to feel loved again, while making him feel better too. How can I address my fiancé's sudden distance while managing my own stress and anxiety? There is a lot of information what I am missing probably, but I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. So please let me know if you have any questions, and please give me advice how to reconnect again since I don't want to lose him, but also this is not working ATM. FYI, English is not my first language.